And the Barbarian doing a number on Ricky Morton right off the bat. And I'll tell you what, Charlie, we're gonna see some blood flow in this contest.
Right, look at the big Barbarian making a quick turnaround, and I think the only thing that Ricky Morton has done is made this big Barbarian mad, Dan.
It's very possible, and I'll tell you what, one thing you got to look out for at ringside, this assassin is lurking around.
Well, that's one good advantage of having the cage. The assassin is locked on the outside, and the big Barbarian's on the inside. But notice he's getting his fingers in between there, trying to hold the tights of Ricky Morton, trying to get that cane inside that cage to inflict bodily harm to none other than the Rock and Roll Express legend Ricky Morton.
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you what, he might want to try to take that cane and stick it right through one of those holes of that cage and jab him right in the gut, because that'll do a lot of damage right there. But I don't believe he's going to have any effect by trying to swing at him from the outside in. He's going to have to go through the mesh to gouge him and get him. He might could throw that cane over the top if he has to.
That's exactly right, Dan. But the assassin trying very hard. He's like an animal outside that ring. He smells blood of Ricky Morton, which has already been opened up in there, and he's trying to make that injury even more so worse than what it is.
Evidently, these two I know have bad blood in the past. Morton goes right into that cage head first, and yes, he is bleeding. He's lacerated. But Charlie, evidently things must have really got bad between these two here in NACW. Would you care to elaborate?
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying there, Dan Paris. There's a lot of bad blood. It looks like he's in a bad way. Ricky Morton, the assassin, coming over here said, "What's wrong with you, buddy, in there?" And one thing for sure, Ricky Morton really being manhandled now by the big Barbarian.
Well, that's true, and you know, the assassin, he's coming over here, he's taunting, and he's giving a few verbal barrages over this way. I would suggest that he keep focused on his charge, who's dealing with one Ricky Morton right at this point in time.
That's right, and you know, this big Barbarian, he is really a mean fellow once you get that temper up, and he actually outweighs Ricky Morton by probably 100 pounds.
No doubt. I mean, Ricky Morton about 220, 223. Barbarian every bit of at least 315, maybe 320.
That's exactly right. Now, Dan, you know, in this match, the only way that you can score a fall is to go over the top of the cage, a pin, or either a submission.
Well, and I'll tell you what, and a lot of times, you know, the guys will try to wear each other down, and they can go out that door. If you go out that door and you touch that floor, this match is over with.
That's right. And this assassin is absolutely beside himself out there, Dan. He's having a real bad go of it out there with this Barbarian being inside that steel cage and him being on the outside.
Well, I'll tell you what, this cage prevents him from being able to interfere. Evidently, promoter Ben Throckmorton, he knows that these guys have some bad blood between each other. They know that there's some heated problems around, and he knows this is the only way you can resolve it, is to settle the score in the cage.
That's exactly right, Danny. And this is the only way that we're going to ever have a winner, is to put him inside that steel cage and let one man emerge victorious.
I can't help but notice that Bobby Eaton is walking around taking a close look at the action, but everybody knows from the days of the NWA even up to today that there's been some bad blood between Eaton and Morton, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Bobby Eaton, once this was over with, win, lose, or draw, just goes in there and tries to rip into Ricky Morton, because, you know, the more he's beaten, the more he's bloodied, the worse he's going to be in bad shape.
Well, you know, I hadn't saw Bobby Eaton out here tonight rather than when he was in his match. But soon as Ricky Morton gets inside this cage, Bobby Eaton comes out and finds him a chair to be able to view his old nemesis from the Rock and Roll Express days area, and that being Ricky Morton.
Well, yeah, like I said, I think that he wants to try to do a number on him at some point in time. Maybe during this match, maybe after this match. Let's just hope he doesn't get involved.
Ricky Morton really lacerated pretty good in there, making a fiery comeback and working on the forehead of the Barbarian, and this is driving the Assassin wild, but I don't think Ricky biting him there. Looks like he might be getting him a piece of ear there, Dan.
Well, that's the way you take advantage of a man much larger, and Ricky Morton is quite capable of more than holding his own. You know, and right now he's fighting with every bit of fiber he has to stay in there with the Barbarian. He's climbing through the cage and trying to get out, but can't quite do it. Barbarian goes on the attack. Morton in a world of trouble. Take a look, man. He's trying to just take his face up against that cage and run him up and down it like a cheese grater.
That's right, or a cabbage grater. And I guarantee you that once you pull that flesh across that link chain fence is what this cage is made out of, that's going to do some real scuffing of the skin.
That's right. And right now, Morton, working on instinct, rolls out of the path of a headbutt.
That's right. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Ricky Morton trying to fight back.
Low blow.
He went downstairs there, and I guarantee you the Barbarian is going to be singing soprano tomorrow morning.
Could very well be. Could be talking pretty high.
That's right. He might talk like referee Chuck Ellison here in a week or two.
Yeah, well, we'll just leave that alone.
Well, you know how Chuck talks. He just absolutely did not know what was happening inside that ring. And notice the Barbarian now going back over there, trying to stop Ricky Morton, but I believe he's too far over.
Morton's got the Duke. Wait a minute, we got Bobby Eaton out here at ringside. He just threw Ricky Morton into the side of that cage. Eaton attacks. Eaton attacks Morton. And Eaton continues to work Morton over. Eaton throws Morton in the cage. The Barbarian is stomping away. Barbarian and Bobby Eaton doing a number on Ricky Morton. Morton already lacerated, busted open. Ricky Morton needs help in a bad kind of way. I think what they're trying to do at this point in time, they're trying to cripple Ricky Morton. And we really need somebody out here. Kicked him right in the face. Chuck Ellison goes down. The Assassin is also in there with that stick. He's jabbing people. One Ricky Morton in particular. We need someone from the locker room as the ring bell is being feverishly rung. We need assistance. Morton still taking a severe pounding. Bobby Eaton has just been thrown to the side.
This is enough. You don't know enough for the referee. That's enough. I need some referees out here. Where's the other referee? Where's the referee? I want this to stop right now. Some face a fine and suspension.
Down goes both officials. We got both referees going down.
Ricky Morton has been injured. very badly bleeding in there.
Morton's not moving. Ricky Morton's not moving an inch. Eaton and the Barbarian leaving. And the Assassin is having difficulty trying to exit the cage.
Is